Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. I do apologize, I do have a cold, so my voice might be a little bit scratchier than usual, but we are back, and today we're going to do a quick little unboxing of this Burris Eliminator 3 scope. Just take a general look at it. We'll talk about some of the features, as well as just maybe test out the rangefinder and see how it works. Now, I'm going to be mounting this on a Ruger precision rifle chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, so we are going to get a chance to test this out eventually, hopefully not too long from now, from the time that this video posts. But let's just talk about the main features of the scope initially. What do you need to know? Well, it's got a built-in laser rangefinder that will tell you the yardage all the way out to 1,200 yards. Displays a 10-mile-an-hour wind value, so the value indicates the number of dots to hold into the wind for 10-mile-an-hour wind drift. Automatic trajectory compensation, which is probably one of the most important features of it. As the yardage increases, the illuminated dot moves down the crosshair for perfect holdover, and then calibrated for your specific load. Setup is simple and takes less than a minute. So we'll see how easy it actually is once we get into the programming of it. And we'll do a little test of it, take it outside, show off the optical clarity, the light illumination, and so on. Okay, just a little bit about the X96 reticle. Basically what it is you'll point your crosshairs at your target, okay? You push one button to turn the scope on, okay? You push another button to get the range of your target, and then what it does is gives you a red dot that shows you your bullet drop, your holdover, so you know exactly where to put the red dot in order to fire. Now, you've got windage indicators up here also, and then you have dots that you count over to the right or to the left, up or down, to compensate for windage. Seems a little bit complicated, but it's not. You get this information once you've taken the rifle to the range and you've zeroed it at either 50 or 100 yards, and then you punch in the ballistics data from the cartridge list that you have right here, and then there's more cartridges available on the Burris website. If your cartridge isn't here, you know this is always going to have to be updated because there's always new ammo coming out. So essentially, once you enter that data on the scope using the buttons on the scope, it'll have your information about your round that you're shooting and all that stuff. I haven't set this up yet, so I will be setting it up as soon as I do take the gun to the range to get it sighted in. But that's essentially how it's going to work for you: yardage, windage, holdover, and then also your compensation for windage if necessary. Something that's really nice about it is the forever warranty, no questions asked. You know, and at about $1,400 for one of these things, between $1,300 and $1,400, you would hope that would come with a top-of-the-line warranty. So when you open up the box, okay, what do we have? We've got a nice lens cleaning cloth here. Use that to polish off the lenses if you need to clean it up. Always nice to have. Okay, looks like we have a sunshade for the front. Still wrapped up. By the way, this is on loan to me from a buddy. I did not buy this, but I'm going to be setting up the Ruger precision rifle for him and get it dialed in for him so he can use it in the future for target shooting and so on. And I may actually take it out for my deer hunt this winter. It's a possibility. It's a nice construction, very lightweight, definitely aluminum. Very nicely done. Okay. Cool, cool. All right, what else we got here? Okay, we've got your lens covers also. We'll get those on eventually once we take it outside. Or not. I know you get a better field of view if you don't put those on. They sometimes can interfere with how much you get to see. Okay, comes nicely packed. And again, second time now, the Burris Forever Warranty, no questions asked. You know, there's other scope companies that offer that too. I believe that Vortex and Leupold, they also offer the same thing too, which is cool. Let's go and get it out of here. Not sure if this is made in the USA or if it's made in Japan or exactly where it's made. Let's see, made in the Philippines, okay. All right, let's check out that build here. It's definitely a very robust scope, very beefy scope. Okay, and you do have a box that has your accessories in it. I'm assuming that's going to be your Picatinny and or Weaver attachments that you're going to use for it. Okay, you do have your yardage markings right here for 50 on the top, 75, 100, 2, 3, 500 yards, and then infinity. I have seen other videos on YouTube where guys had apparently taken this thing out to 1,200 yards, so we'll see if it is actually capable of doing that. On this side over here, you have the button that I believe activates the rangefinder and or the bullet drop compensator. It's got a nice kind of frosted, almost kind of feels like it's like a baked on paint finish. It's very nice. I think it could definitely withstand some abuse. Do have a little dial pad right here that you're going to use to enter your data. All right, let's see what this is. This is probably for the battery. Let's see here. Battery could be the your windage or elevation. Okay, that's going to be for the battery. A CR123A battery, which believe it comes with one. I would hope so. All right. Okay, up on the top here. Kind of nasty little cold here, guys. Okay, so 1 click equals 1/8 of an inch MOA. Point of impact up. To make it pretty obvious where it's going to go. And you got your number dial set at 0. It's got nice texturing on it. Pretty cool. They feel like they're going to be fairly solid. The click is, you don't really hear it, but you can feel it. Not very audible, but that's okay. It's okay. All right, let's go and check out the other side here. And again, you got this interesting kind of reverse Picatinny section going on here. I don't know if that's kind of a Picatinny section up in the front or a Weaver section up in the front there. Very interesting little mount. Okay, again, 1 click is 1/8 of an inch MOA. Point of impact to the right. So you've got your windage adjustment right here too. Same style as the elevation knob, obviously. Okay, it's pretty cool. The weight of it, we'll go through some of the specifications here in just a little bit. It is you know, it's a little bit heavy, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna guess maybe 18 ounces possibly. I'm not sure. Just kind of the way it feels. Check out the tag here. No charge, no warranty card needed, no receipt needed, no questions asked. BurrisOptics.com. So yeah, okay, well that's about as good of a warranty as a person can ask for, I think. All right, let's go and check out the accessory box here. Just a sec. Okay, so the accessories, we've got all the stuff going on here. Check out the instruction manual. I was hoping the manual wouldn't be too complicated. I mean, I'm fine with reading up on these things, but you got sighted in at your altitude, the bullet type. I'll have to look up and see what some of these terms are. Some stickers that come with it. There you go. Okay, accessories. What's in the box here? Okay, we have a wrench. Some plates. All right. So we do have a few little plates here that come with it. See what those go to. It looks like we've got your mounts. These are going to go on that reverse Picatinny or Picatinny rail section to mount it onto your rifle. Okay, and then we got your battery. It's a little Panasonic CR123A. All right. All right, so real quick, let's go over some more of the specifications of the scope, and then we will go from there. And before I forget to mention it, this is a 4:16 power by 50 millimeter lens. And again, you can see the 4 back here. Again, it's got a nice, well, that's definitely firm turn on there. Not bad. Just feel very precise. I don't think that's going to move at all. It's got a nice grip on it. You do have your reticle focus on here on the back too that you can use. And then when they put the battery in, I just noticed this right now, you do have instructions in here that tell you how to operate it, which is nice. When you're out at the range, you don't have to worry about busting out the manual. Everything you need is right here for the basic setup, which is really cool. Okay, so the manual gives us some decent specifications here. The weight is 23 ounces, just to get that out of the way. Operating temperature is going to be -15 degrees to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. The laser effective range is 500 to 750 yards on deer, and reflective targets would be 50 yards to 1200 yards like a steel plate. Storage temperature 13 below to 158 degrees Fahrenheit. Ranging accuracy less than 100 yards is plus or minus 1 yard. 100 to 550 yards is plus or minus 2 yards, and more than 550 yards plus or minus 3 yards. Then they get into the laser information on it. I don't know exactly about eye relief. I was hoping I could find that information on here, but it doesn't say that anywhere. So, you know, we would hope that we'd have, you know, maybe 3 inches or so. They do have technical notes in here too. So in the box, you do get your manuals. Real quick, this is the, here's your little claw mounts for your Picatinny or Weaver base. And it does have shims that come with it that you can use if you need to prop up to make the scope more level. If you have like some sort of a tapered mounting base on your rifle for whatever reason, if you need that, or you just simply cannot get it dialed in and you need an extra a couple extra inches of MOA and so on, it does give you 3 different sizes of bases that you can use. But the claw mounts are fairly well made. Looks like some pretty decent hardware. Okay, should be easy. You have a lot of adjustability. You just simply slide the claw mount up and down until you get it on the front plate where you want it, and the back plate, and you're basically all set to go. They do give you the quick setup guide, which is a relief because I was a little bit worried when I saw this thing that maybe it was going to be maybe more than I wanted to deal with. But they do have 6 different steps that you go through to get the rifle sighted in. So hopefully we can get that done here in about a week or so. And they just take you right through the whole process. They tell you what everything is. Step by step, they're running you through the whole process. Pretty easy. And I was just kind of playing around with the laser rangefinder. We'll take it outside and show it off here in a minute. Yeah, it's actually very cool. It is very neat how it works, and it shows you what your holdover is going to be and so on. So they do make it fairly easy for you. Just go step by step and go that route. They also have the cartridge list too. And so I'm assuming this is going to give you the information that you're going to need, the technical information. So hopefully Burris will support this and keep this updated as time goes on. I'm not sure exactly which round I'm going to go with. I might go with the Fusion. Might go with some Core-Lock just to try it out in 6.5 Creedmoor. My Walmart's got 4 different 6.5 Creedmoor rounds in stock. Otherwise, it's a bit of a journey to get to Cabela's, but they do support you with the cartridge information. So if you need that, you know, bullet drop and all that fun stuff you need to put in here, you can put that information in when you are sighting in the scope itself. And then they just have the regular instruction manual that comes with it too. So they do give you the literature that you need. It looks fairly easy to follow. And they do talk about windage and how to adjust for windage and how to create your own ballistic table. So if you really want to get as accurate as possible out to distances out to 1,200 yards, this is going to be the way to go. So we'll just take it outside, just show off the laser rangefinder, you know, put it on a few different items, talk about the optical clarity so far. Seems fairly bright from what I've seen so far, and we will go from there. All right, guys. So just to give you a quick little show of what we're talking about here. By the way, it is mostly cloudy right now, so there's not a lot of light, so the scope is doing a pretty good job of amplifying the light, and so is my camera. It actually feels darker out here than what the camera shows. So what you would do is we're just pointing the crosshairs at a tree at the end of my street, kind of where the cul-de-sac begins. So we'll push the little range button to turn the scope on. It gives you a little indicator what's going on. There's a battery meter on the right side. Make sure we keep this in focus as good as we can for you. And if I push the button again, it's going to give me the laser range of the tree. Let's do that one more time. There we go. Okay, so 134 yards, and there's a little orange dot there. So if I had put in my bullet information, my cartridge information, and I was shooting at whatever distance I decided to go out to, that little dot would move according to the bullet drop compensation. I'm assuming that's how it's going to work. On the front of the scope, I did adjust, I believe the parallax is what it's called. So I have it set between 100 and 200, but again, it goes from, 50 yards to infinity. So that just kind of gives you an idea as to how this works. It's a very simple system. It's nice to have. And again, the whole programming part of it, they make it simple in six basic steps, and that's pretty much all it takes. Okay guys, so that is my basic overview and unboxing of the Burris Eliminator 3 scope. I'm very excited to take it out. I think it's going to be awesome on the Ruger Precision Rifle. Obviously before you spend this kind of money, you want to see how well it performs. So when we take it out, we'll do some accuracy testing at 100, 200 yards. I don't know. My range sometimes has boards up at 300, 400, and 500 yards, but typically there's something out there that we can shoot at, some sort of steel target, so we can see if we can connect and see how far we can go out. So anyway guys, that is it for now. And I will say that Burris does a great job of making it as easy as possible to get this thing set up. At least it appears to be so on paper. So once we actually set it up before we go to the range, it'll be good to go. So guys, that's it. If you like what you see, please like or subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on gunchannels.com and guntube.org. Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Central Time, we have a podcast called The Caliber Corner. So make sure you check us out over on gunchannels.com and get signed up if you have not yet done so. Otherwise, guys, that is it. So I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe. Cannot wait to take this bad boy out to the range. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.